Hi everyone, today's lesson is going to be on Andy Warhol and his style of artwork, which is called pop art. Our theme that we're going to be doing is donuts, and you can see that the colors are very bright, they're vibrant and very simple to do, but it looks really cool. So after this lesson, I'm also sending you a link on a little video on Andy Warhol to give you some background information on Andy Warhol and his style of artwork, which is called pop art. And let me know what you think. Try out the lesson. You don't have to use markers like I have here. You can use crayons or whatever you want. Oil pastels would be a really nice choice if you happen to have those at home. But follow along, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and let's have a good time. Let's begin. Okay, so we're going to start off by taking a white piece of paper, whatever paper that you have, and we are going to be folding it long ways like this. So we're going to take the bottom and fold it to the top. This is actually called a valley fold when you're doing origami. And you're going to just crease that so that we have two spaces, one up here, one down here. Then what we're going to do is we want three equal sections. So I'm just going to fold this over and fold this over on top of this. And when I see that it's even, then I'm just going to press it down. It doesn't have to be exact. I mean, if you would like to measure out and everything, you can, but it's not really necessary, just so that you get the idea of the pop art. Okay, so after I open this up, you'll see that I have 6 sections here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm drawing in Sharpie marker just so that you can see from where you are, but I'm going to take my marker and I'm just going to trace down this line. And then I'm going to trace on these shorter lines as well so that I can clearly define my 6 sections. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn it around this way, and I'm going to start to make my donuts. Now, you can make donuts different ways. You can see in my sample here, I have donuts that are going sideways and they're facing forward. I did another one as well. I'm not finished coloring this one, but this is a good example of what it can look like when you have the lighter colors. But you can see this is almost like a 3D kind of look, whereas with this one you're looking forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do different ones so that you can see what they look like both ways. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to start with an oval. Okay, then what I'm going to do is inside of here, now this one's actually a little bit smaller than what I would hope, so it's okay though, you get the idea. Make it bigger on your own square. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the inside by making a curve like this. Almost all the way closed, but not really. And then inside there, to show the depth of the donut, I'm just going to make a little curve over like that. Now, if you want to do icing on it, you can just kind of start from the corner here and make yourself a little wiggly line and curve it back up to the other side. That's your donut looking from the side. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to do all of your donuts that you want like that. You can do them all that way, or you can do a different kind of donut where you make a circle starting up at the top, curving it down to the letter C if you're having trouble making a perfect circle, and then you can bring this down to meet the other side. Inside you'll make a circle, and then you can do your wiggly line all around to show your icing. Okay, so you can decide which kind you like better. I'm going to alternate it though, so I have sideways donut, frontward donut. Frontward donut, I have to alternate them. This one goes here and here, and this goes here, here, and here. Okay, so now I'm going to do my frontward donut again. Make your circle on the inside. Do your wiggly around. Angled donut. Big oval. Half of a circle. Sideways C actually. Curve this over inside. Start from the corner. What kind of icing could this be? I'm thinking about all different flavors right now. 1, 2, 3. I'll do another oval. As you can see, I'm making them bigger. This one was a little bit small. Curve it over. Start on the corner here. And curve it around. Think curvy, so you want to curve that upward. Now, here's your final. Now, obviously, you're going to make it much neater than I am. Because of time, I'm making sure that I do this very quickly. Okay, so there you have it. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to use 6 different colors, okay? So I'm just going to choose, I have markers here, and I'm going to choose only 2 colors to do the, first what I'll do is I'll color all of the donut with the brown. Chocolate donut, chocolate glazed donut is actually my favorite from Dunkin' Donuts, which I haven't been to since this quarantine at all. Now, when we go to color the background for the donuts, you want to make sure that you color that inside, okay? So first things first, let's get all of the donut the one color. The outside of the donut, and then we'll go with the frosting with different colors. You're going to be much neater than I am. I'm taking too much time. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've colored all of my donut chocolate. Now I have some markers here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose maybe about 2 different colors to color in the tops of the donuts. So I'm going to start right here. This one is going to be pink. Looks like red. I see that. Wish I had a brighter pink, but I don't. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'll just take this, and then I'm going to choose maybe orange for this one. If you use your markers on the side, I've told you this before, this is called a conical tip marker, meaning that you can make skinny lines and you can make fat lines. So what you want to do is to go quicker, you can turn the marker on its side and just color that way, and you will find that we've talked about this in class. You'll find that it goes much quicker. Okay, let's try maybe yellow on this one. Don't color inside the circle. Careful not to do that. Okay, and purple maybe. Okay, and then maybe I'll do green. You really don't have to do actually the same color. You can actually switch it up and do another color if you want. But I'll do all the different colors so that you can see. I know that you like that. Okay, so this one's going to be a green. I don't know if I would eat this green donut. How about you? Maybe for St. Patrick's Day, but I don't think I'm getting down with green donut. Maybe, maybe not. Depends what flavor it is. And then let's go with blue. Now, if you'd like to put sprinkles on it, be mindful of the colors that you use, because if you're using marker and you go to do blue, you'll find that those sprinkles may not show up. They'll show up more on the lighter colors. So you can actually do that right now. You can take little sprinkles, do some little designs on some of the other donuts. Do some dots, do some little sprinkles. Now it's getting tasty. There we go. And let's see if yellow works. I don't think it will. No, that isn't going to work. You can also take crayons and you can do that as well. Like if you want to use some other crayons, they show up nicely as well. Try a different color. I don't know if this is going to work, but we will see. Look at that, it does work. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take this design and you're going to color an opposite color behind it. So I'll use pink for this one. Now, I actually used more colors than I really wanted to use. If you limit your palette, meaning that you limit your choice selection of colors to about 3 or 4 colors, you'll be forced to have to fill this whole thing in with only a certain amount of colors. And that is very typical of the pop art style as well. I'll be sending you a video that's linked with this. I'll send you the video link and you'll be able to see what the design looks like with just a few colors. But this can go very quickly. Now, other ideas. Do you have to do donuts? No, you don't have to do donuts. You can keep it very simple. You can do something simple like a heart or a flower or a star or a football or an ice cream cone. Think summertime, a snow cone. That would be really cool. A whole bunch of different things. Let's do orange on this one. Notice that when I said about that conical tip, if you use that marker on its side, you can go very, 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 very quickly to fill in these spaces. And you can see the pop art styles coming together. You'll notice in the video that I show you about Andy Warhol, he did his most famous, his most famous designs were done in with a Campbell's soup can. You know Campbell's soup. Everybody eats chicken noodle soup when you're sick. I love Campbell's vegetarian vegetable soup because you guys know I am a vegetarian. So I don't eat meat. And vegetarian vegetable soup is delicious. What kind of donuts do you like? What flavors do you think this green one could be? Do you think it could be green apple? Do you think it could be lime? If you have those scented markers, that would be really, really fun to use as well. And I need purple up here. And I think this one is going to be, wait, this will be blue and this will be purple. Yep. So this one's going to be purple. You can also do this with your hands. You can trace your hands and cut them out. Now this is so sloppy for me, but you can trace your hands and cut them out, and you can see that's another way of doing it. If you use crayons, I actually think it would be nice to use the crayons because the crayons will be brighter. Markers have a tendency to come out really dark depending on what colors you have here. And I am using Crayola brand, and they are rather dark. So you might not want to use them. But this is what it looks like. Very, very easy. Now after I do this, I am going to go back with the black Sharpie marker to fill it all in. To fill in the black lines to really bring them out. I think that would look really nice. If you are doing it in crayon, definitely do that after you color in the crayon. Now you know me, I do not normally color this sloppy, but I'm trying to hurry up because this video is really long. But so yeah, so this is what it looks like. I'll go back in with my black Sharpie marker and I'll redefine define some of these lines where I colored over. If I make a mistake, go back, take your time. And you can see here you have a really, really cool pop art design. Very simple, flat shapes, but colorful. That's typically what your pop art designs will look like. Pop art is very colorful, very simple, very bright, and very fun to look at. Very different from the other styles of art that we have studied, where sometimes it looks realistic, sometimes there isn't a definitive shape at all, which is called abstract art. And you can see this black really makes it pop. Now you could also take a white crayon and you can make some highlights in here like what I've done here. I made some highlights in here to make the donut look like it's shiny. The glaze is a little bit shiny. There's lots of things that you can do with this, but this is typically what it's going to look like. Again, you don't have to make a donut. You can make any shape that you want. So I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. Very good, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye, everyone.